Hey guys, and welcome to episode 113 of the Up Real Late podcast. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tim McGavick.
So tired today.
You don't
Wow.
You don't look tired.
You look
You're
tired?
good.
Tim,
Awesome.
you look
Very
great.
squinty. Very James Franco-y today.
Also joining us is
Yes.
Tyler Spitolsky.
I'm so hungover right now.
Dude, it's like
This is a family
it's late
show.
at night. Okay, you had time.
This might be one of those 2-day ones.
Also joining us is Adam Franey, as usual.
Yeah, I'm fine actually.
Same.
I'm a little bit, tiny bit tired, but I'm happy you guys are here. I guess.
Let's run down some of the topics we're going to discuss on this week's episode. As usual, we're going to discuss the last film we watched this week, as well as several news topics this week. We got some episode 9 news relating to Colin Trevorrow's involvement. We got Suicide Squad 2 director announced. We got a bunch of trailers, including Mudbound, which is playing at TIFF right now. Gerald's Game, Stephen King adaptation. The Square, which won the Palm at Cannes Film Festival.
Get lit.
And also the Current War trailer with Benedict Cumberbatch and Michael Shannon as Edison and Westinghouse. So we're going to get to those later. If you do want to skip ahead to any of those topics I just mentioned, go in the description box below on YouTube, click on the timestamps, and you can skip ahead to those. As well, if you do like this video, leave a like on it. Leave a comment below in the comment section if you want to join our discussion. And, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. That out of the way. Tim,
Okay.
what you got for us this week, bud?
Tee off, Tim.
A Vietnam vet who can't seem to shake the tremors of the war begins a one-man battle against the local sheriffs that try to run him out of town.
Is this Rambo?
This is First Blood.
Oh my
I
god!
was going to say Born on the 4th of July.
1982.
You haven't seen First Blood?
Did not see First Blood.
Holy
I've owned it
I haven't seen First
for
Blood.
literally a decade, probably.
What?
Um,
Have you?
Yeah.
Written by Michael Kozel.
What?
William Sackheim and Sylvester Stallone has a writing credit on it as well.
Yeah.
I last seen this.
Based on the book by David Morrell. You last seen it as well, I think.
Did I?
Or was it you?
I did.
Was it you?
Yeah.
And directed by Ted Kotcheff. Starring Sylvester Stallone,
Slide.
Richard Crenna, Brian Denny, and a little David Crusoe. Miami Vice too.
Yeah.
He's in it. He's in it. He's very young.
CSI Miami?
Yeah, that guy. He's
Is it
very
Miami
young.
Vice?
Did I say Miami
I
Vice?
think you said Miami
Ty
Vice.
I'm
Sitolsky?
tired.
Just want to bring that up.
So, what did you think?
I remember when someone last seen it, I was shocked that it did not take place in Vietnam. Thought it did. Apparently that's the second one.
Hilarious.
Second one, he gets, spoilers, released from prison and is sent on a secret mission to Vietnam.
Don't care.
This is classic, like, 80s,
Not
just
watching
like
the others.
amping up the story like really high. Because this is a very,
Full cheese.
not like grounded story, but it's like, I'm surprised it takes place in like Washington. I
Washington
think.
State?
Yeah. Filmed in BC, but takes
It's
place in
grounded
Washington
in
State.
comparison
Yeah.
to the sequel.
I thought it was really good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Surprised at how he wasn't actually the good guy in this.
Yeah, he was.
Arguably.
Did you like the Predator?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
He's much like the Predator.
Yeah.
He has
He's
like
the bad
mud
guy
and
here.
like trees like taped to himself or tied to himself. He's got like this old like ragged blanket that he has on.
He's going like full.
He's like straight up almost killing like cops.
Yeah.
Insane.
Throughout this entire movie.
Cop killer?
Yeah.
Damn.
I remember thinking that.
It has a little bit of style to it. It has a lot of like quick cutaways to like you get like a shot of him like being tortured in Vietnam and then shot back, and that's why he kind of gets triggered.
Interesting.
Like there's like they're trying to like shave him like a little bit, and you get like a shot of like a Vietnamese like war or a soldier guy coming up to him with like a knife, and he starts like freaking out.
This movie might be the definition of the word triggered.
He gets triggered.
Yeah.
Hard.
His performance was good, too. I remember being shocked.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
He has a little bit of meltdown at the end.
I was
That's
gonna
not
say, the meltdown?
It's not great.
It's sly-y.
Yeah, it's very slidey.
It's very sly.
Very
He starts
80s.
yelling, and then it just...
Yeah.
You just
Almost like almost put it on.
Adrian!
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
I almost had to put on like subtitles because like I don't know what you're saying because you're
Yeah.
just mumbling worse than I do. What else do I gotta say?
It's pretty good.
What else do I have to say? I liked it.
Sick.
Didn't love it. A little bit of 80s
Didn't.
cheese on there.
Oh, they got the fromage.
Got some fromage.
You got the fromage.
When he's revealed to be like it's not really spoiler. He's like an ex like Green Beret guy.
Whoa.
I'm like, wow, he's just like, I don't know. It just seemed like very 80s, where like this like regular Joe looking dude is secretly like a co-op or like not co-op, special ops like ex special ops guy. Like that's a little much, but yeah, I liked it. I kind of want to watch the other ones. I guess I have the first two on DVD. I never watched them.
I have movies like that too.
The newest one's fun. I haven't seen the others.
Apparently, it's like incredibly violent as well.
It's
like,
the glorious.
he's just like ripping dudes in half with like guns.
It's horrifying,
which is insane.
Yeah, the one that I saw, it's just Rambo, right?
Yeah,
it's just Rambo.
That one, like, it's pretty intense.
Does he just go like straight psychotic in it?
Yeah,
he's pretty close to being like just psychotic in this movie.
Well, he's in the beginning of it, he's pretty tame in it, and then like he has to go back. I'm not gonna say why, but he has to go back and has his mission. But like, there's this one part where he just has like this gun, like this Gatling gun on the back of this truck, is and it's like literally cutting people in half. Like it's fucked up.
Like sneaks into the back while there's someone driving it. They're parked, sitting in the driver's seat, and he just point blank,
right at their head.
Point blank, obliterates the
because
driver.
he does go out of his way to not kill people in this movie.
Not the same in this one. He goes out of his way to kill people in the most drastic way possible.
When he turned 50, he
just went for it.
Changed.
Apparently, the first cut was 3 hours, and Sylvester Stallone hated it, and he like forced them to cut out. Apparently, he had like a lot more of his character and a lot more of his backstory. He's like cut that all out, just make it like
it's amazing
action movie.
Damn.
Yeah. Get bodies.
Make me a stone cold killer.
Heavy 3, I think. I'm gonna give
that's what I gave it.
That's fair. I think I was somewhere around there.
Yeah, enjoyable.
All right. Tyler.
All right.
What do you got for us this week? Got something good for us?
Little 1990 flick.
1990?
1990.
What?
Yeah.
You weren't even born.
I know. You got it?
There's one very good movie that year. There's more than one, but there's one excellent movie.
In 1960.
No.
Okay,
Maybe.
wasn't it? Okay.
Maybe.
7 preteen outcasts fight an evil demon who poses as a child-killing clown. 30 years later, they reunite to stop the demon once and for all.
This isn't a movie.
I hate you.
This is a TV movie.
It's like a TV special.
What'd you think of it?
2-parter.
It's...
Fuck you guys, it's a movie.
Nice try.
Yeah.
We'll allow
it was edited into a movie.
I have it on Blu-ray, so I win.
Go ahead.
It is weird.
You don't say.
It is fucking
also,
weird.
You're a liar.
Yeah,
I
asked me earlier today.
An hour ago.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Yeah,
You son of a bitch.
Sorry. Come on.
Okay, well.
Fuck. It was
I
weird.
love it.
I really liked it.
Some people at this table have watched clips and said it looks like shit. 10.
I'm going to. It's hard to say because we're still kind of embargoed. We can't really talk about it yet. But I'm gonna say this. This is not going to change my opinion on the movie at all. But I liked Tim Curry's Pennyworth more than Bill Skarsgård's. Because I felt like he was more of an actual clown. Like, the whole point of it was to, like, kind of, like, entice kids, trick them, grab them kind of thing.
Scary.
Bill Skarsgård's was actually just scary. Like, it wasn't, like... It was just, like, the clown that we all fear. It wasn't, like, an actual clown. And that's what Tim Curry did, which I think was much better. That's why I preferred his.
I heard he's the best part of the movie, for sure.
I would say so.
He steals scenes.
Now, I will say this. This movie is over 3 hours long. I sat down putting this in, like, it's in, 1990 horror flick for, like, 90 minutes, somewhere around there.
Oh, so naive.
So I sat down at, like, 1 o'clock.
It's a 2-parter TV thing, so it's, like, obviously going to be, like...
I had no idea.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's all.
And so I popped it in, and, like, I'm sitting there, I'm like... I was about an hour into it, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to grab something to eat. I paused it. I went and got something to eat for an hour, and then I got back, and I put it back on.
You looked at the display, and it showed that how many minutes were left?
I honestly, I didn't finish it. I'm like a half an hour still I have to see still. It's ridiculous.
But you got into the adults and everything.
Yeah. Because, like, they did a cool kind of thing where they play the adults.
Have you seen it? You guys haven't seen it?
You
have seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, hold on. The Stephen King fan is the only one who hasn't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't read the book either.
What?
It's huge, man.
It's massive. It's like 1,000 pages now.
Yeah.
Fuck us.
It's one of those movies.
It's like this one.
Or books, sorry.
I figured you would have read it by now.
No, I have it as well.
Of course.
I got it for my birthday last
So you
year.
like Tim Curry?
I loved Tim Curry in it. I thought he was great.
It's hard not to like.
Stole
Tim Curry.
the movie.
To me, he was actually unrecognizable. Like, I didn't even see Tim Curry at
You
all.
see Pennywise.
Yeah. Like, it was
Spooky.
creepy. I loved how they did, like, the back and forth between the kids and the adults. It was really well done.
Is that how they did it?
Yeah, it was really interesting, actually. They showed, like, the kids growing up, and then, like, they would jump back and forth between the adults, like, him calling them, and then it would go back and forth to how all the kids met. It would just go back and forth, and it's gotten to the point now where they've done all the backstories, and Seth Green is not the bully. He's one of the kids.
What?
Yeah, the bully is, like, this taller kid.
Fucking
Yeah. But it was just...
Oh,
it
he's
was well done.
he's
Richie.
Ben Wolfhard.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, really, really well. I enjoyed it a lot.
You liked it?
I really liked it. So
Good.
far, I still
Thank
got a
you.
half hour to go, apparently.
Wait for
Remains to
that.
be fully seen.
Yeah,
that spoiler.
I'm 2.5 hours in, and apparently it's not done yet. So,
Any spots?
so far, I'm loving
But
it.
you're in.
Yeah.
What would you give it so far?
So far, I'm going to give
The
this...
classic so far, Switty.
So far, I'm going to give this a light 4.
Good.
That's good for a horror movie for me. Like, that's
Fantastic.
I don't like horror
That's
movies.
a 6 out of 5 for
Yeah.
a horror movie.
They jump right into it, eh? Like, when the beginning of this movie, like, it's just like, boom. Pennyworth is, like, right there.
Wise.
I knew that.
Don't fucking
You've
say
seen
Pennywise
2
again.
iterations of this, and you don't know his name.
Pennywise is like right there. Like he's like it just happens right away. There's no build up to this. It's terrifying. Yeah.
Adam,
Allow me
What
to
you got?
reveal.
what you got, boy? Do
Him.
you watch The Room?
Please.
There's a room in the movie I watched.
Shit.
My movie takes place mostly in one room.
Interesting.
Did you see Room?
I've seen that movie. A passionate holiday romance leads to an obsessive relationship when an Australian photojournalist wakes one morning in a Berlin apartment and is unable to leave. Nobody moved when I said Berlin, so they must not know what it is, viewers. So I'm talking to you now. 2017's Berlin Syndrome. Anybody?
Oh.
Never heard of it?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Got a wide
Sorry,
theater
bro.
release, but fuck me, I guess.
Was that a Netflix watch or what was that?
Yeah, it's on Netflix. Rated R, mystery thriller.
Who do you got in there?
Berlin Syndrome. Wow.
I don't think I've heard of this.
Teresa Palmer is the lead.
That's why.
Mm.
Yep, there it is.
One of those
Also
Teresa
known
Palmer
as
movies.
Yeah.
Better-looking Kristen Stewart.
That's
No
arguable.
offense.
That's arguable.
Max Riemelt, I believe, is the name.
The classic
Totally.
Franny cast
Question
reading.
mark.
Directed by Kate
Teresa
Shortland.
Palmer?
Teresa
Did you say that?
Palmer?
Palmer.
Ooh,
Oh.
Palmeridium. This movie is very, very solid. Very good little thriller.
Really?
Simple
Really?
location survival thriller. Yep.
Shocking.
I do love single list.
70 on Metacritic, 74% Rotten Tomato score.
Mm.
Critically well received. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It's well, first and foremost, looks fucking beautiful. Entirely second movie to come out this year set in Berlin that I love about a blonde.
Yes.
So embarrassing.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Tim, can we leave?
That was amazing.
Yeah, so Teresa Palmer, it fucked me up. She's just vacationing in Germany and meets this lovely English teacher who, you know, wines and dines her, takes her home to his apartment for the night, and let's just say she accidentally gets locked in his apartment
Little Stockholm syndrome.
and can't get out, bud. And he continues to come home every day, and she basically is trapped in this apartment for multiple seasons, so maybe a year, I don't know, but it's really it wasn't generic, it was cleverly written, I thought. Like, it really explores, like, she explores all these different ways of escaping and things
Like
of that
mentally,
nature.
or
Well,
she
she
played out, or
definitely starts to lose her mind a little bit. Spoiler.
I feel like that movie like this should have a lot of style to it.
It
This movie
did.
should have a lot of style.
So she was being kidnapped, essentially. He's
Yeah.
keeping her there.
Well, it's, yeah.
Against her will.
Yeah, but it plays it like it obviously takes her a while to catch on, right? Because, like, at first it's like, oh, you forgot your key. And he's just like, oh, fuck, really? Did I? Okay, you want to sleep over again? She's like, okay, why not? And then it's like the next day he goes to work while she's asleep and like forgets his key. And then it's like she catches on, this guy's obviously psychotic, and he's like keeping me locked in here. It's fucked. It's a brutal, like, just brutal movie. Like, she basically ends up getting chained to a bed at one point and can't relieve herself. So you definitely see Teresa Palmer get, diarrheaed.
Lovely.
You know, you could have just said she...
Or, soils herself. So
Thank you.
And it's really worth it just for that,
PC.
folks.
5 out of 5.
5 bang for that. And, just some horrifying violence, which is always good.
Love that.
I'm in.
Check. That checks all the boxes.
I love the single set location survival thrillers, like the Green Rooms and the Hushes of the world.
The Burieds.
Good. The Burieds. Well,
The Wildfire.
I hate
The
Buried.
Shallows.
Hate the Shallows.
The Panic Rooms.
I love Panic Room. There we go.
Got
We're back on course. It was solid. Maybe just a little bit of like, I don't know, it had a little bit of slasher sort of predictability to it at times, but overall it was much better than your average thriller. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. I'd say.
Damn!
It's nice. A couple twists toward the end that really
didn't see coming.
Yeah.
Okay. Berlin Syndrome.
Berlin Syndrome. Check it out. Recently added. 2017.
Definitely won't. Okay.
Probably
Okay.
won't.
All right.
I'll be completely honest.
Teresa
Okay.
Palmer.
Love
Chained to
you.
a bed.
Appreciate you. Won't be seeing
Fuck
it.
me.
I'll be checking it out.
I'm gonna jump in with my last scene, if you don't mind.
We don't.
Watch a little 1981 flick.
Is this a Japanese samurai movie?
No.
Is it
I
in the
don't believe
Criterion
you.
Collection?
Yes.
What a
One of the
shock.
two.
Brian De Palma,
Sure.
I'm in.
John Travolta.
Oh,
Does this ring a bell?
no.
Saturday Night Fever? I
No.
have no idea.
Is this
They
Grease?
did a movie together?
Blowout.
Nope.
You heard of that?
Pauly D's hair?
Sounds very familiar.
He plays a movie sound person, sound recorder.
Okay.
He records sounds in the movie starts out. A great opening sequence. It is this first person view of a slasher movie, and it gets into this kind of like Psycho. It pans across. It's he's stalking these co-eds in their dorm, and then he ends up in the shower, and he pulls the shower curtain, and there's a girl, and he goes to stab her, and she screams, and it's literally the worst scream you've ever heard. Just and it's cut, we need and it cuts them in the editing room, and John Travolta, the director's to John Travolta, you gotta get a better scream, we gotta dub this, so go and get some actresses, and we need all these other cuts and of sounds and stuff, and he's the sound guy. And this sort of catalyst of this movie is he's out recording sounds in the middle of the night. He needs wind sounds, this movie, and he records with sound this car accident that happens, and he dives into the water. The car blows a tire. It has a blowout, hence the title.
Come on.
Car has a blowout, drives over this cliff through a fence, and lands in this water, in this park that he's in. He jumps in and rescues this girl out of it, and it turns out that the driver of the car is this person who's running for governor or something, this famous person, and the girl that was in the car was some prostitute, and
I see where this goes.
yeah, you can see where it's going. So obviously the people that work for the late political wannabe don't want it to come out that she was there, but John Travolta thinks that he's recorded evidence that it wasn't an accident, and that something happened that caused the accident. And he goes down this path where, he tries to prove what happened, and yeah, it's a great little thriller.
Okay.
Sounds interesting. Sounds very unique.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued by the story. I'd like
because like nobody like wants to believe him. People want to like, sort of be all hush hush about it, about how the girl was there because she could like corroborate the evidence and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's someone who, well, let me just say John Lithgow's in it.
Oh,
man.
Is he
young John Lithgow?
Is he the senator?
No. That person you see for like a split second, drowned in the car. So.
Oh, okay. I could have seen him playing that character.
Let me just say he has some ulterior motives in this movie.
Shit.
Johnny Lith?
There's some nice little twists.
John Lithgow? Yeah.
I've seen a few De Palma movies.
I don't think I've seen any.
Scarface.
Other than Scarface.
Scarface mug.
But he has this distinct style, like very, very distinct. I don't know, just with the edits, like it's almost like it's very like pulpy. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like
some sort of Pulp Fiction.
Somewhat like when I say pulpy, like this, like a cheap like novel written for like that's what that is.
Yeah.
For, like the masses.
I like the pulp.
We know.
Don't
encourage it.
Doesn't acknowledge it.
But yeah, I think like John Travolta's great in it. Like, because I haven't seen many movies where he's like great.
Excuse me.
Bizarre, right?
Yeah. They said great.
Great.
Really?
That's how I heard about this movie. Besides it being on Criterion, but that this is the movie that John Travolta was actually good in before Pulp Fiction.
Right.
It was like Blowout, and then that was actually I was, curiously enough, watching this behind the scenes of Pulp Fiction video, that was on YouTube, and they were talking about, or Tarantino was talking about how he got Travolta for Pulp Fiction, and it was because he liked Blowout and liked him in this movie. I was like, damn, like I should watch this movie. Like,
is Travolta leading this, or
yeah, he's the sound guy.
Oh, he's the sound guy. Okay, sorry, I thought he was the director. Sorry, okay.
Brian De Palma's the director.
Okay.
And yeah, it's got some really good suspense. There's a scene where John Travolta has like the girl like wired, and she's like going to meet someone to give her the tape, and he's like listening, and like something happens, and he like has to like figure out where she is based on like the sound, and so like it's just like has these really cool things like that, and just the editing, the cinematography. There's a fantastic shot at the very end where it's like that Michael Bay pan. Like sort of spinning pan shot from below, and there's like fireworks going off in the background, and it's like literally like amazing shot.
Really?
But yeah, check it out if it's like, you know, a nice little thriller with John Travolta actually acting well. John Lithgow is great in it, I will say. I'm gonna hit it with Heavy 4.
Heavy 4.
I really enjoyed it.
Wow, I'm in.
I really enjoyed it.
Really?
I don't really have much negative to say.
Yeah. Really?
Just five bang then.
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it. Just make the leap. Holy fuck.
I can't. You know. This,
you just
deep
know.
Inside, you know.
If it's a
perfect movie,
you know it.
Yeah.
I have to think about it. Maybe it could be 5. It could be a 5 eventually. Heavy 4 though. Check it out.
The TV miniseries.
Check it out. Moving on, we got a bunch of news topics to get to.
So many.
Let's start off with the big one. Colin Trevorrow, no longer the director of Star Wars Episode 9, currently untitled. Some say fired, let go, confirmed fired.
I heard he
confirmed
was
let go.
He was difficult.
Rumored.
I also heard he was quite difficult.
He was becoming difficult.
Well, what does that mean? Who has said that?
Yeah.
Who said he was difficult? Did he say he was being difficult?
Unnamed veteran producer who's worked with Kathleen Kennedy before.
Like Lawrence Kasdan?
That's what I instantly thought. I thought Lawrence Kasdan.
Adam, so what do you think of this? What do you make of this? Also, let me just add, people are saying J.J. Abrams or Rian Johnson as being front runners to take over Episode 9 from Trevorrow.
What would their Star Wars movies look like?
Adam, what do you think of this news? Did you see this coming? Because I'll be honest, I kind of saw this coming.
It is the least shocking news of the year. I did not think that he would last Once
After Book of Eli or whatever? Or
Book of Henry?
Before Book of
Book
Henry.
Book of Eli.
Long before Book of Henry. I was just like, there's no
Book
way.
of Eli.
I just instantly knew. I'm like, there's no way. And then when Carrie Fisher passed away, we heard that he was meeting with Kathleen Kennedy, and there was like all this like chaos of how to rewrite episode 9 because she was supposed to be like the lead. Like they said, it was supposed to be Han Solo's movie, then Luke's movie, then Leia's movie. So like there's this chaos, and I'm just like, yeah, Colin, you're out of here, bud. And I'm happy because I'm not really a fan. Jurassic World's very meh. Book of Henry is allegedly shit.
What about Book of Eli?
Arguably shit.
Don't like Book of Eli, really.
No? Okay, good, okay.
Yeah, I get J.J. or Ryan, please. I'm happy. This is good.
Tyler,
yes.
What do you think? What do you make of this?
I don't know.
Do you care?
Colin Trevorrow's worked that well.
Jurassic World.
That's the only one I can really know.
Safety not guaranteed. Did he do that?
Yeah.
Didn't see that one. What's the third one?
Book of Henry.
Book of
It came
Henry.
out this year. Instead of been panned.
Maybe Book of Eli.
Safety not guaranteed.
Unconfirmed. Possibly
I
Book
think
of
he
Eli.
might have done Book of Eli. as well.
So he has a cute romp in Safety Not Guaranteed.
And then they handed him a huge, big budget
Giant blockbuster.
And then he followed up with that. I would assume
Like
it's some
drama?
sort of like passion project.
That's
for
what he
sure.
said, yeah.
I'm glad he's not doing it then. I think I was one of the few people that didn't mind Jurassic World.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that
Okay.
means. Did you enjoy
Are you
it?
agreeing or
No, I
disagreeing?
Okay, I
Oh,
don't.
really? Good.
I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was terrible. Didn't hold a
I think
candle.
the masses liked
It's
it.
pretty meh.
It didn't hold a candle to the other ones, but it was all right. It wasn't shit.
He made a lot of money, so there's that.
Yeah.
That's the goal when making a movie.
He made money. Put him on Star Wars.
Kathleen.
Tim, what do you?
I want to see more. I would want more. I would want more than just that. Than just what he's done so far. And
Yeah.
I
You want someone with more experience?
Yeah.
Oh,
In
Like,
Star
this
Wars.
is a big torch to take. I want something.
Especially ending it.
Ending. Yeah. What are the plans that they have?
He would end it.
Yeah. Literally. JJ. Yes, I'd be on board. I want that.
RJ.
Well, I mean, we haven't seen Last Jedi, so.
You're right. He's shit.
It's probably garbage. We'll
Next.
see.
Tim, what do you think of this? Are you?
Thrilled.
You're thrilled.
Yeah.
Beat
Jurassic
it.
World is pretty crap.
Okay.
Safety Not Guaranteed, though.
Okay.
Book of Henry looked terrible, and I'm so glad I got terrible reviews that we didn't review it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty
What
happy.
about Book of Eli?
Have you seen Safety
Yeah.
Not Guaranteed?
No, I've heard it's fine.
I haven't.
That is
It's
fine.
okay.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Honestly, when they announced Colin Trevorrow, I was like, ooh.
Yeah, as soon as they announced him, I was like, that's a weird choice to.
I think
Finish
the
it off.
world universally went, ooh.
Ooh. Everyone at the same time. Ooh.
Because JJ's very distinct, Ryan Johnson's very distinct, and then they're just like,
Yeah.
Colin Trevorrow.
Two
He's a
auteurs.
blank slate. He's like a blank
Ron
slate.
Howard it.
Director for hire.
Well,
That's not even safe.
they have
not even
done
safe.
that. Yeah, you're right. It's
Yeah.
worse than safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
So-
unsafe.
Honestly,
It's
it makes
unsafe
me.
and bland.
It makes me more excited. For
Yeah.
episode 9. That
Oh
he's
yeah,
out.
for sure, yeah.
And
I'm so happy he's out.
just get JJ or Ryan back in. Like, there's no need to like overcomplicate it with
Is,
other people.
is JJ doing anything else right now?
Not that we
No.
know of. So.
Like, why would he not want to do episode 9?
Yeah.
He said he would consider it back when he was promoting episode 7.
That just seems like a no-brainer.
He
to
said
me.
I
it
wouldn't
seems like it's a
consider
good
episode 8, but I would consider episode 9.
Amazing.
I
Sure.
would love that.
All right, we'll have to
Bookend
see
it.
what they do because we're really intrigued.
Yeah.
Moving on, we got another director news item. Suicide Squad 2, which I know we all love the
The
first one.
revenge.
From one beloved franchise to another.
What's the name of the director?
Gavin O'Connor.
No, not Gavin O'Connor.
Oh.
That was originally
David Ayer.
David Ayer, right? Taking over from David Ayer,
Yeah.
Gavin O'Connor,
Mhm.
who you guys might know did Warrior with Tom Hardy a few years ago, and more recently did The Accountant with Ben Affleck. Tim, what do you think of this news? Is he a good fit for Suicide Squad 2? Can he right the ship?
Cheers.
Mm. That's a mighty big ship to right.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
To
mighty big shit to right.
Oh,
That's what I meant to say.
mighty big shit to
classic
shine.
Tim.
Very mean of you.
I like to count it. I like Warrior.
Okay.
I also liked
too.
David Ayer's previous films
Yeah.
to Suicide Squad as well, though.
Right.
So that's not really a good barometer.
Yeah, the guy did Fury, yeah.
And I
I
will
really like
say
Fury.
it's DC, so I'll say David or Gavin O'Connor is currently directing Suicide Squad 2.
Right.
We'll see if that actually
Right.
comes to fruition.
Well, it's not quite like if it was a Star Wars movie. Then he'd be more in the hot seat for getting fired.
Still.
But
They have fired 3 of the last 5
with,
directors.
With DC, I think it's more like the kind of situation where he's not really writing it. He's just kind of like directing it, and there's like some like puppet masters pulling the strings. The DC puppet masters just fucking it up.
That always does so well for them.
I am interested because it's a very like comic booky world, and Accountants was fairly like brutal in some of its violence.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see his style. Again, David Ayer similarly had very like
We
brutal
literally
violence.
said this about David Ayer.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it seems like deja vu because
He seems like a very similar director to David Ayer.
Yeah, for
We've
sure.
been here
Like,
before.
I get this feeling like he's kind of a director for hire.
Yeah.
I don't know, like they're just gonna body him. The producers are just gonna body him.
It's like they talked to Mel, and they're like, whoa, this guy has his own vision. Let's fucking see ya. Let's get a fuck boy that we can manipulate.
Exactly.
Who was director of Fantastic Four again?
Josh Trank.
Josh Trank.
Also fired by Star Wars.
No, really?
Adam,
Boba Fett.
yeah, out of the list.
Tyler, what do you think of this Suicide Squad 2 news?
First one was shit.
Mm-hmm.
Second one's probably gonna be shit.
Mm-hmm.
Suicide Squads?
Suicide's First Suicide
Yeah,
Squad.
You
gonna be-
wish DC
It'd be amazing.
was Suicide Squad?
I wish that they would just crash and burn.
Well.
Slowly they are. Suicide Squad 1 was shit. Suicide 2 is going to probably be shit. It just depends on who's serving us that shit. That's really what we're talking about right now.
Savage.
Very ruthless. Yeah.
Adam, your thoughts then?
That's all I have to say about it.
Love Warrior.
Yeah.
Like Accountant.
Mm.
Yeah, it reminds me of Ayer doing the first one. I was like, shit, I love Fury. Like, they're getting directors that fit their world, like dark, gritty, visceral movies. But I don't know what that means.
I feel like they could get like Taika Waititi and it would be like the same gritty thing because they would just override him.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't even matter.
It's almost like a PR thing. Like, let's get a guy who the people are going to look at his IMDb and see the movies.
Oh,
he's
it's
done.
calculated 100%.
And they're going to be like, oh shit, he did Warrior. Like, he did Accountant, that fits.
The director of The Accountant, so they can put that in the friggin' trailer.
But
Director
like,
of Warrior and Accountant.
Yeah.
in reality, they're just going to body the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Like they hire him and they're like, okay, well, here, welcome to the project. Here's what we want, and just hand over like everything outlined that they want him to do.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it is.
Here's what you're allowed to say to the actors.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing.
And you're not allowed.
Just
Like,
let them do.
this amount of time you're allowed to be on set, and then you're gone.
Will Smith will direct himself.
Yeah. Sooner or later, we will fire you.
Like,
We
I don't
will
know,
fire you.
Matt Reeves maintains that he's been given full control of Batman. So, there's that. I don't know, right? It's like, I
He's
don't
also
know what to think.
Yeah, he's also directed 2 big blockbusters in the last
It's more clever.
5 years though.
Successful,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So we'll
Very
see.
true.
We'll see. Moving on. We got 4 trailers to discuss this
So
week.
many trailers.
I started off with a little Stephen King adaptation starring Carla Gugino. You guys
My
might know from Sin
future
City.
wife, oh?
That's where I know her from. Gerald's Game.
Spike it.
Severed head.
Tim, what do you think of this trailer? She plays this, like, housewife.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just say wife.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the...
Bruce
Greenwood.
Bruce Greenwood.
Oh.
Also in First Blood, very briefly.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, he
The
is.
fuck?
There you go.
They play a couple who go to this secluded cottage retreat
Mm-hmm.
to spice up their love life.
Yeah.
She gets handcuffed to the bed. He may or may not have a heart attack and die while she's chained to the bed.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of a Saw vibe. Is he just faking this?
Yeah.
Because it's Gerald's game, and his name is Gerald. Like,
I don't know. Have you read the book? It's Stephen King.
I've not read the book now.
Are you actually a Stephen King fan?
No.
What the fuck, dude?
He has like 70 novels.
Like,
but all the ones you've asked, you haven't read.
You're just a Dark Tower fan.
He has 100 novels, isn't he?
No, he has like 70. You know, I think it's like 54 or something, actually.
It's like how many a year?
It's like 90.
2 a year.
Whatever, okay.
Plus a bunch of short stories.
Maybe that's
like,
what I'm thinking.
He has like 100 short stories.
This seems like a short story.
It's a novel in the thing, which seems weird. Or might I say novella, which is like in
not
between.
quite a novel.
Yeah, not quite a novel, not quite a short story.
Well, what do you think of this trailer? Are you in?
No.
Sorry. That's what I'm starting to think. Is like maybe it's a game. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking it might be. Are you in?
Almost,
no, I'm not in.
I don't know. I don't think she's gonna be able to hold a movie. She's not really the best actress.
Ouch.
Okay, you're breaking.
She's not very good in Watchmen.
I thought she was alright in Watchmen.
In Watchmen?
I thought she was good.
Watchmen is untouchable.
She's good in Sin City.
She's fine in Sin
City.
City.
She was great in Spy Kids.
She looks good in Sin City.
Ayo! Okay. We're not that show.
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. It doesn't overly intrigue me. I think it's gonna be pretty generic and bland.
Yeah, I think it seemed very generic, and the only thing that interested me was when it was kind of like the husband's like. Like it's kind of like American Werewolf in London effect. I don't know if you guys seen that.
I've seen that movie. I don't know what you're getting at.
Guy dies and then he like comes to the other person who's alive as like a vision.
Yeah.
Right.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
I like the supernatural thing like that. That sort of like
could be cool
effect, and I also really like that shot of like the eclipse or something, like red eclipse.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
That's true.
I really like that shot.
Well done.
There's some weird stuff going on.
Really, right at the end of the trailer. But overall, I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus!
Fucking ruthless.
Those were interesting, but I don't. Doesn't look
aside.
great. It doesn't look great. There's some interesting thoughts there.
Wow.
And it's kind of like Barry. It's kind of like
it's a single.
Berlin syndrome.
Love single location.
Fucking in, bud.
So you're in
I love single location survival thrillers. Green Room.
with Carly.
Panic Room.
Gugino.
Room.
You're in.
What one we just
The
talked
Room.
about?
Buried.
The one we just talked about.
Buried. You're in.
Yeah.
Hush.
Love
Don't
them
breathe.
all. I was like, this looks. I hate Don't Breathe.
Oh,
I was like, this looks like Hush, and that's the director of Hush, bud. I'm in. Love Carlo Gugino.
You're in.
Looks very intriguing, yeah.
Tyler, what do you think?
Sorry.
I'm in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Feel like we're high-fiving. This is very weird. Yeah, it looks. I'm intrigued by this. I think that there's a lot more to this than we're seeing. It seems like he's planned this somehow, or like I think it's like she might be cheating on him or something like that. And it's kind of his way of like getting back at her or something like that.
Maybe.
I think I would like this movie if there was like a big twist.
I think there's more to this than we're seeing.
Like drop the mic twist.
Yeah.
Oh, I think there will be.
I think it's gonna be something.
It's
big.
the King. It's King, man.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I'm not sure if you know this is a Stephen King novel.
I don't know who that is.
Okay. But this looks interesting.
He's not relevant, that's for sure.
Stephanie King?
Stephanie King?
Stephanie King.
Might be Japanese, I'm not sure.
Don't care, intrigued.
So ties in.
I'm in. I
Right.
think we're going to have some twists and turns to this.
Moving on, we got the little film is playing at TIFF right now, starring.
Oh,
Gary
sorry.
Hedlund.
1 second.
Excuse me.
No. 1 second. Have you guys seen Shattered? It's
No.
Pierce Brosnan.
Starring Garrett Hedlund and
Fuck you. It reminds me
Jason
a lot
Mitchell
Don't care.
and Mary J. Blige and
Fuck you.
The singer?
Yeah.
what's her name?
Don't know.
Anyways, Jason Clarke is in it as
T.
well.
Reese.
Mudbound.
Hmm.
I'm gonna start off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think Mudbound looks great. I think it's this year's Birth of a Nation,
But better.
but actually good. You know, it's got the hype of Birth of a Nation.
I like Birth of a Nation. Sorry, bud.
Pretty okay. I think it was okay, but I think this movie has potential to be fantastic.
Birth of a Nation without the rape case.
Right.
Like if the director didn't have a rape case,
Right.
you get the movie derailed.
I mean, that aside, we're talking about Birth of a Nation now for some reason, but
Yeah.
that didn't have an effect on me. I still think it's okay.
Right. I think it would have been nominated. Just saying.
I don't think so. Mudbound. I mean, it's hard to tell from this, but it seems like Garrett Hedlund's doing pretty good in it. And I love Jason Mitchell.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Everything I've seen him in, he's been great.
He was really good in Detroit from a few weeks ago.
Yeah. And apparently Mary J. Blige is like on buzz alert for Oscar nominations, Best Supporting Actress. So we'll see, but I'm totally in. I think looks like there's some fantastic cinematography and acting and just drama.
Yeah.
So I'm in. Tim?
I'm in as well. I think it looks great. I think the trailer is really well edited. There's some creepy vibes going on towards the end. It gets a little unsettling. A little bit of score kicks in. They're like breaking chickens' necks and stuff. I'm like, ah. And this is World War what? World War One?
No, it's just after World War II.
Just after World
in like the American South.
It's a bad time.
Touchy.
Yeah, but I'm very interested. I think it looks great. I think performances look solid from everybody so far.
Getting Best Picture buzz.
I'm not surprised.
Tyler, what are your thoughts?
This looks good. It's not grabbing my interest for some reason. I think I might need a second trailer. I'm liking what I'm seeing, but I'm just not like on a technical side. I'm like the performance. Like they look, Mary J. Blige looks amazing. Garrett Hedlund looks like he's doing really well. I don't. It's not grabbing me for some reason. No, but like it looks like
not enough action in it.
I need at least one explosion. I need
no laughs, really.
No laughs.
There's a laugh to be had.
No car chases. It's just not grabbing me, guys.
Just carriage races.
Yeah, maybe if there's a carriage race.
There's a war thing going on. You might get an explosion in there.
Maybe. But is that a risk I'm willing to take, Tim?
Nope. Tyler's out.
Probably not. I need a second trailer. If I get a second trailer, maybe. I don't know.
Adam, what do you think?
Right now, I'm not sold.
I'd hate to say it, but I think I agree with Ty again.
Oh my God, we are killing this.
No.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
You should feel bad about yourself.
Just
you weren't in?
Don't care. It looks like Oscar bait. Like, I just feel like it's The Birth of a Nation, like you said.
No, Birth of a Nation was like way more
overhyped.
That was
as well as
overhyped.
Bad looking though.
Yeah. Well, this is. I don't know. I think it's getting like so much hype, and I think it's just gonna be forgotten. When does it come out? It's come out in like December.
Couple months,
we know?
Yeah, right in the middle of Oscar.
In Oscar heat. I don't know. It looks fine. I'll say. It's not grabbing me. Just like the subject matter's been like done a lot recently. Like maybe because I just saw Detroit and it was good. Just kind of similar message and subject matter. I'm just like getting like it's like overdone. I don't know. It looks Oscar baity to me. Maybe it'll be different.
Like race dramas.
Yeah. They're getting like I think we're getting like
there's like Kings is coming out too, that like movie with Daniel Craig and Halle Berry.
Yeah. Like Loving last year. We're getting like 5 a year. It's getting like
I feel like it's different for us in Canada because we don't have these. I mean, we have issues of race relations, but it's like not to the
nowhere near
a level that it is in America. So
lesser scale.
I imagine for America, it's still a major issues, obviously, with what's going on this year. So like, it's always going to be relevant in the States.
Yeah,
it doesn't look bad. I think it looks fine.
Yeah,
but I'm not hype. I can't wait for that.
Fair.
All right, moving on. We got the film that won the Palm, the top jury prize at the Cannes Film Festival. The Square, which I could not even fathom a description of this movie.
Tim
It's about a museum
Make your money
in France? Austria. It's about Austria.
Is it Austria?
I think it's Austria.
It's very posh.
I know the artist who does the square is Austrian. They said that in the trailer. I'm assuming it takes place in Austria.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe it's like Oslo.
Maybe France.
Yeah.
Maybe
it's
Germany.
Denmark.
Don't even look at
Maybe
me.
Denmark.
Who knows? Maybe it's German. It's probably brilliant.
I think it's German.
From the director of Force Majeure, which I've not seen, but apparently it's also a dark comedy.
Yeah.
Basically, this family's on vacation, and there's like a big like tidal wave or something that hits their place, and the husband like fucks off and like leaves his family, and then everything ends up being okay, and he has to like come back to like his wife and kids. His wife and kids are like, "You just like left us." and he has to like deal with like how he like
I've heard it's amazing.
I heard it's really good. Yeah.
So
the Square, though. What do you think of this? We're talking about The Square.
I'm super intrigued by it. It looks. I laughed out loud a little bit in the trailer there, which is rare for me.
Your boy Terry Notary, who you recognize, but is in all the Planet of the Apes movies.
Yes.
As ape mocap.
He's doing like an art piece at like this dinner.
I thought you were kidding.
No, me too. I thought you were joking.
No, he's the actual guy.
That was an amazing joke.
He did mocap on the Hobbit movies, and he helped, with like Benedict Cumberbatch to do like the stuff for like Smaug and stuff. Like he's like a mocap god.
Yeah,
he's the second mocap god behind Andy Serkis.
So I think it looks hilarious. I couldn't really tell you the major plot. Besides, Elizabeth Moss looks like she's like a reporter or something, or a journalist.
Who's not too impressed by
and she's been sent to like report on like this really like pretentious like art curator guy, and then she seems to fall for him a little bit, falls for his charms, and then there seems to be some big controversies going on by the looks of it.
At the
people freak out.
Gallery. Yeah.
Looks very interesting.
Yeah, I'm in. I really wanted to see this movie at TIFF. Maybe I will, probably not, but I'm really looking forward to seeing this movie. I think it looks great. I think it just looks wacky and wild, and kind of get the vibe. Totally, probably nothing related to this movie, but to Youth, which we watched.
Yeah,
just that kind of like wacky, kind of, I don't know,
zany
movie that no one ever sees, kind of thing.
Great movie.
But actually is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Youth is great.
Yeah, I'm totally in The Square. Ty, what do you think of this?
I'd love to hear what he thinks of this
weird ape movie.
I'm so in. I could not be any more in.
It's like a glimpse into your mind. Is your mind The Square?
Honestly, it looks so cool. He's walking around the dinner, like doing the 8-bit. That's just, and then later on in the trailer, there's an actual ape that comes into the room and just like opening this and just staring at him. Like that's hilarious. I am so in. It seems like there's like, do you know who the lead is? Do you know this guy?
He looks to be German or something, or European.
Because you see him, and just every time he talks, or like just his mannerisms seem very funny. I'm looking forward to his character a lot and how he interacts with whatever her face was.
Elizabeth Moss.
Oh, thank you, Elizabeth Moss. Embarrassing. I'm very excited for this movie.
So you're in.
I'm very in.
Adam.
Looks amazing. I am in. I've had Force Majeure on my Netflix queue for quite some time, and I will be watching it because of this trailer. I'm very hyped.
Claes Bang.
Sounds amazing.
Claes Bang.
Claes Bang is the lead from
Claes
Denmark.
Bang.
He's from Denmark.
I would Claes Bang
him.
that movie.
I would 5 bang that movie.
Is it kind of like who's seen Tony Erdmann? Have you seen Tony Erdmann?
I have seen Tony Erdmann.
I have a feeling it might be that type of humor.
Definitely that type of humor, but it looks like visually amazing though.
Visual looks
there's some amazing
more so than Tony Erdmann.
Shots that light square when they're like setting it up.
Yeah,
I was like,
what? Like looks great. Hammering the stones and everything. They're hammering the stones in and putting that wire down. That looks so cool.
I'm in, bud.
Looks pretty great. Moving on, I would consider this a failed Oscar bait movie.
Oh,
personally.
Okay. What do we got?
The Current War, starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Michael Shannon as Thomas Edison, and someone Westinghouse. I always forget his first name.
Samuel
Jackson?
I have no idea.
Gamgee?
And Nicholas Hoult as Nikola Tesla.
Not David Bowie.
This trailer, I don't know. What's going on here? What's the plot?
Two things I'll say about the trailer. I don't think the movie's gonna be as exciting as the trailer makes it seem like.
Right.
I also think it's hilarious. That's like almost like a superhero like reveal at the end.
Yeah. Tesla.
Be like, there's another guy entering the ring. Who is it? It's Tesla. I'm like, so stupid.
Well, how are they selling it? Like that's how they decide to sell it.
Yeah.
I know how they pitched it. They definitely said the Prestige, but with electricity instead of magic. Right?
Yeah.
100,000%. Someone kicked in a boardroom door.
There's literally light bulbs in like a snowy area that looks like a shopping.
That's exactly like the movie drop in Prestige.
Right?
I mean, Edison kind of makes
movie.
a bit of an appearance in the Prestige and Tesla, obviously. Yeah. So there's a bit of overlap.
Magic, it'll be a electricity duel.
But science.
Science.
But yeah, I agree. It looks like
I'm out. It just looks boring.
Yeah.
Like you can see through the fireworks and like the attempt at excitement.
Yeah, I can't see through that. This looks awesome.
Oh fuck!
Get the fuck.
I love Shannon, love Cumberbatch, but I call bullshit on this trailer.
I don't know how accurate this is gonna be. Like,
I almost guarantee you it won't be.
It will not be
because the way like from what I've read, first of all, Edison is an asshole.
Yes.
Like he's a giant prick, and from what I heard, Tesla. No, it's a fact. Tesla was working for him, and apparently stole a lot of Tesla's ideas and work. Mm-hmm. This seems like they're calling Tesla, be like, "Hey, we're stuck. We need your help," and so they're gonna make them partners, kind of thing. That's the vibe I'm kind of getting.
I mean, you're kind of.
I'm extrapolating.
Like a little bit.
Assuming.
Yeah, I'm assuming, but like, that's just the kind of vibe I got. I don't know this. But yeah, you're right. This does look like it's going to be a much slower paced movie than we're seeing. Not going to be that exciting. That being said, though, I think this was a really for a slow movie.
They did the best they could
was cut very well,
for sure.
Yeah, polishing a turd. For sure.
I can see through it. I can see through it though.
I'm not saying it's going to be a shit movie. I'm just saying it's not going to be as intense and like heart pounding as they're making this trailer look like.
It's going to be like a late 3 or something.
Yeah, it's going to be like a
3 to 5.
mediocre movie.
3 to 5.
Like good performances, Shannon was
Average,
good, Cumberbatch is good.
Okay, but just no substance.
I do kind of want to see it though.
Once you see as many movies as us, like I feel like I just know what thing. I'm like, yeah, know what this is, know what this is.
Once they show a bit too much, and you can kind of see.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'll do it for episode 113 of the Up Real Late podcast.
Yeah.
Tim, where can people find us?
People can find us on Twitter at Up Real Lates. You can find us on. Forgot, we haven't done this in so long. You can find all of our old audio episodes like a week ago. Find all of our old audio episodes on iTunes at Up Real Late. You can find me personally on Letterboxd, Up Real Tim,
you remember this
Instagram.
Yeah.
The Craft Pundit.
You remember that shit? Oh, fuck. You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at Up Real Late Podcast. He started. You can also find me on Letterboxd at Up Real Tie.
Find me on Twitter at Franny25 and Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam.
Find myself on Letterboxd at UpRealScott. And yeah, guys, if you enjoy this video, leave a like on it. Leave a comment below in the comment section if you want to join our discussion. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. As always, keep it real.